dinosaurs were different than you likely imagine. Since we have to piece everything we know about dinosaurs together from scattered fossils, our picture of how they appeared and behaved changes as we find more. For one, many non-flying dinosaurs, including the velociraptor, had feathers, but it's unlikely that any of them had the vocal cords to roar. Also, those fierce velociraptors were no bigger than a modern turkey. Giant tortoises are going extinct because they're delicious. These days, giant tortoises live only on 2 groups of islands, the Seychelles and the Galapagos, and though there are several different species, all are in danger of extinction. They take a long time to mature and only have a few offspring, but one rather shocking reason for their rarity is their spectacular taste. When hungry sailors swept by their islands, they could easily catch many of the slow-moving creatures and stash them on board. Since the animals can go up to a year without food or water. The CIA once tried to create spy cats. In 1960s, the American intelligence agencies tried some pretty bizarre strategies to get a leg up on the Soviets. In a project called Acoustic Kitty, CIA operatives attempted to implant listening devices into the ears of cats in hopes of eavesdropping on top-secret conversations. They placed the first cat near the Soviet embassy in Washington, D.C., but according to some reports, the poor cat was almost immediately run over by a taxi. The project was shut down in 1967 after the geniuses at the CIA finally figured out how difficult it is to train a cat. Your brain is an insane hard drive. Each neuron connects to about 1,000 other neurons for a total of over 1 trillion connections. Memories are stored through these connections, so the upshot is that your brain can store around 2.5 petabytes of memory. That's the equivalent of leaving your DVR running 24 hours a day for over 300 years. Unfortunately, scientists have yet to determine why, with all that memory capacity, you still can't remember where you put your car keys. It takes about a week to make a jelly bean. The entire process takes 6 to 10 days depending on the flavor. First, the jelly or sugar syrup is boiled, mixed and left to set. Then it's piped into tiny cornstarch molds and cooled until it's time to add the outer layer. The jelly centers are then put into large rotating drums where sugar flavoring and color are slowly added to form up a protective shell around each one. Disney is the second largest buyer of explosives in the world. It might not surprise you to learn that the United States Department of Defense is the organization that purchases the highest number of explosive devices on Earth. The second highest number, however, gets shipped to the happiest place on Earth. Between numerous parks on both sides of the country, nightly firework displays, and dozens of parades and other special events throughout the year, Disney requires huge amounts of explosives to awe the many thousands of guests that cycle through their parks each day.
Thanks for watching this video. For more science fact videos, subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click on the bell icon.